want to make sure I get the good stuff. I think I'm going to put this. I'm going to pick 2 from here. Okay, so life link, that's really good for vampires. You gain 2 life. Yeah, okay. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature a little heavy. Attacking creature, draw a card.
A reminder.
3 life, 3 life. Destroy target creature, destroy target land. So I said I needed 2. I think I'm gonna go with this one because it's gain life, lose life, and then it would be really good to draw a card. So I'm gonna go with this one. Now again, I can change my mind later. So these are the black ones, these are the white ones, and I'm gonna do a count. This video is already splitting, so I'm just gonna keep going. That's one of the things that I need to fix with this video recorder, that it does split videos for me. So that means that I've already gone into a split. Let me count to 20. I'm already in the second video for vampires. So 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So I've got my full vampire deck right here. I'm gonna always use this as my commander wannabe. Okay, so now, because I'm already in the second video and I'm not gonna put in, I already had this problem before where I end up putting like a 1-minute video up just because it completes the previous one that got split. In this video, which is already the next one, I'm gonna do the full curve. So I'm gonna put this in curve, but I'm always gonna keep it as separate because I want to put it in at the end and say, hey, look at how pretty this card is. That's all I'm doing here. Okay, so let's do creatures. And am I zoomed out? I sure am. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 drops, then 2 drops, then 3 drops. Let's just look at how the curve came out. And then 4 drops. I think this deck already has a pretty good curve before I add the non-creature spells. So then I'll do the heavies in the second batch. So 4, 4, 4. Okay, that's a lot of 4 drops. My heavies and then my lights. I keep hitting the tripod. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so this would be like a 3, even though it's an X spell. Okay, lots of 3 drops. And then some heavies that I'll do later. That's not bad. So I've got 3, 6, 9 1 drops. I've got 11 2 drops. Heavy on the 3 drops, which is good for commander in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 13. That's really good. That's really good. And then this is a very healthy deck already. 1, 2, 10. Yeah, fantastic. Well, this turned out a lot better than I expected. I'm always going to keep this separate because it's my topper for now. So 5. Yeah, and then a 6, 6, and a 6. Okay, that's great. That's great. So I'm going to go very quickly through the deck and call it a day. I'm already like I think 4 minutes or so into this video because I know it's going to get clipped already as I'm making it. So I'm going to adjust my tripod. and then just go through the cards. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna give something a plus one, and something a negative one. That's a nice trick, and it's an instant. Old friend duress. You're gonna look at something in your opponent's hand. You're gonna try to destroy an enchantment at a very low casting cost. Here's your first 1-drop vampire, and when it attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. That's great. This is another 1-drop vampire with Ascend. That's wonderful. You want Ascend. Of course, to have 10 permanents, you're going to have to wait till the very end of your game. Another 1-drop which gains, which does have flying, and then you can boost something else if this is not what you want to attack with. That's very good. A pirate for your creature count, and it gets a little boost when it's attacking. That's great. A flyer, that very late game, if you drop it, you can do something cool. Another creature for your just creature count, because you don't have enough vampires. A vampire lord at 2. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Of course, it has a heavy mana restriction, but it'll definitely do. This one enters the battlefield tapped, and you may cast it from your graveyard if you gain life this turn. You're going to be gaining life all the time in this deck. A vanilla vampire, that's wonderful. Then when it dies, it leaves behind a token. Very nice. Lifelink.
Death rattle?
Not really. It's when it dies. So when this card dies, it leaves behind a token. That's very nice.
Yeah, that's death rattle.
Oh yeah. I thought you said death touch. Yeah, that's death rattle in Hearthstone. You're exactly correct.
Yeah, it's where it has an effect when it is killed.
Yeah, and this is a lifelink bear, almost like a flying bear. Then it gets a boost when attacking, and you can pay 4 life and it gains indestructible. That's a really nice stapled little non-creature spell right there. This one busts your other people's ETBs. You're not in green, so you're not going to have any really good ETBs. And if I catch any ETB, well, it'll be here for now as a draft. Vigilance bear, dinosaur, almost bear. Explore. Okay, so I have 1 explore critter. An enchantment gives lifelink, important in vampires. Return something from a graveyard and draw a card. Very nice. Look at your opponent's hand. Each opponent loses 1 life for each creature you control. I'm not sure you're going to control a ton of creatures. I didn't see any drop vampire tokens yet. Exile a small critter. That's very good. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Very, very good. Very, very good. You need that in this deck because you're on white black, and you want to cost this card. Destroy another small critter. Destroy a big critter. Gain a ton of life if you can late game. So you're gonna reveal a vampire and pay 1, or pay 1. Okay, so you either reveal a vampire or pay 1. So it's a 3-drop. If you have a vampire in your hand, it's a 4-drop otherwise, and it's a lifelink, flying 2/2. That's fine. This dude's got menace, and you can boost to a vampire, and it gives it menace. That's very good. Then this is a 1 life. Lose life, gain life thing. That's really nice. Now it's an ETB, but you don't have that many ETBs. I know you have a 1-drop ETB holster in the deck, but that's fine. Just make sure that they're not on the board at the same time. Then this one, this is another ETB, but it's later game. When it enters the battlefield, oh, okay, this guy already has to go out. This guy has to go out because I only have 1. Okay, he's a goner. and then I'm just going to go back and look at one of these that I took out. And he's a goner at 3. And I think I had, yeah, I'm going to put this guy in. A 4-drop. It's making my curve a little heavier, but this guy has to go out. Sorry. He's a vampire, but he's a constructive vampire. Yeah. Bye. Okay, so here's your 3-drop flyer. Okay. Then another ETB. Okay, fine. You may search your library for a vampire card, and then whenever another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, you boost a creature. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Wait a minute. Okay. Well, there goes that one again. I doubled up, and so I'm gonna put in this dude. Destroy target creature and create tokens. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so my creature count just went down by 2, but that's fine because I already have 40 anyways. I can go down to 38, no problem. Target opponent discards a card with raid. I'll take it. This is fantastic. I didn't put it in the dinosaur deck, and I'm really glad that I put it in here. A mass Ixalan. That's great. Create vampire tokens. That's also fantastic. Exile target creature or planeswalker. The dinosaur deck. This is going to be in a mini cube with the 4 decks. These are not going to play anything other than the other decks here. Yes, so this Dudette, Vraska, is going to take the dinosaur planeswalker if it can. Then another temporary, that was a temporary exciter. This one creates a token. That's very good. Gives counters to another vampire you control. Pretty good. A flyer, a limited flyer. Gives something lifelink. We just put it in because we have to take that dude that was repeated and is not what we want in a commander deck. When something explores, and you do have at least something that explores. It's going to happen very rarely, but it can happen. You can knock something small out or hurt something. You can destroy a target creature when it enters the battlefield. That's very good. You are hitting up a Ascend, which is nice. I want each one of these 4 decks to have Ascend, and it gets a boost if you have Ascend. It's here because it's a flyer. You don't have enough vampires, and it's here because you don't have enough vampires. Then target opponent loses 1 life for each vampire you control. That's very nice. Again, we just put this in here. Creature destruction and a little bit of a benefit. Very heavy, but that's fine. Fine within this context. You may turn vampire. Yeah, boost to vampire. This is pretty good. You pay life, and it gives a flying or vigilance. That's fantastic. Then you can deal 3 damage and you gain life. That's very good. Destroy attacking creature and draw a card. Good for this deck. Then this is one of those alternate win conditions. That's pretty good. If you, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more treasures, you win the game. I'll have to go back a second round and look at that. How many treasure tokens I'm creating. And maybe, you know what? I'm even going to take it out right now. This is silly. I don't really like alternate win conditions in this little mini cube. So I'm going to do something like, yeah, I'm going to destroy target creature attacking. Yeah, and this is a 5 drops, so I'm going to gain something, and I already lost something small for something big, so it's going to be losing something big for something small. Okay, this is a flyer vampire, and you can tap a couple of vampires, and you can return this from your graveyard. That's nice. Life linker, heavy casting. This would have been a limited card for sure, but it explores. And then your big butt dinosaur, which is really good. I like this card a lot, and I'm looking forward to playing it. So there's the deck for now. This is what I would call a draft deck, and then from the next one. So now at this point in building this cube, I'm done with white for sure. Everything white is over. Okay, and that's it. And then in the next one, when I do pirates, I'm going to do the same thing. Take out all black and all red.